Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss an episode. You know how sometimes you just gotta dive deep into a topic.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're taking the plunge into something that's honestly everywhere you look,
Yeah.
the environment. Whether you're gearing up for the UPSC exam
Right.
or just curious about the planet we call home, this one's for you. We're gonna unpack the core ideas behind environment, human impact, and sustainable development.
Really getting into it.
Yeah, not just the textbook definitions, but the real world stuff that affects us all.
Exactly.
We often think of the environment as something out there.
Right. Forests, oceans, mountains.
Exactly. But our source material, NV19.pdf, reminds us that the environment is so much more than that. It's everything that surrounds and influences an organism, both the living and the non-living.
That's right. We're not just observers of the environment. We're a part of it.
Yeah, and it's easy to forget that.
Think about a bustling city like Mumbai or New York.
Yeah.
The buildings, the traffic, even the air quality.
Wow.
It's all part of the urban environment.
Right, it's all connected. And NV19.pdf breaks those elements down even further
Okay.
into biotic and abiotic components.
Ah, the classic breakdown.
Right, biotic factors being all the living things, plants, animals,
So even those tiny bacteria working away in the soil?
Exactly, all the little things we don't always see.
Yeah.
And then abiotic factors.
Non-living elements.
Right, like sunlight, temperature, rainfall, and even the composition of the air and soil.
It all plays a role.
It really is like this intricate dance between the living and the non-living.
A delicate balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that brings us to a really interesting concept, range of tolerance.
Ah, yes, the range of tolerance.
What exactly does that mean?
Well, it refers to the limits that living things can withstand when it comes to environmental changes.
Okay, so how much change can they handle before things start to go wrong?
Precisely, think of a delicate coral reef.
Okay.
If the ocean temperature rises just a few degrees, it can cause coral bleaching,
Oh, wow.
leading to the death of entire ecosystems.
So even seemingly small changes.
Can have a huge impact.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible how interconnected everything is, and to make things even more interesting.
More.
Yeah, NV19.pdf talks about different types of environments.
Oh, okay.
We've got external versus internal, and then natural versus artificial.
So many layers.
Right, for example, if you picture a tree in a forest,
Okay.
that's its external environment, everything surrounding it.
Makes sense.
But the tree also has an internal environment
Oh, interesting.
within its own cells and tissues, maintaining its own balance.
A world within a world.
Exactly. And then you have the contrast between natural and artificial environments.
Okay, lay it on me.
So picture the Amazon rainforest,
Okay.
a vast, untouched wilderness teeming with biodiversity.
Beautiful.
And now compare that to a carefully manicured golf course,
Ah, okay.
a human-constructed landscape designed for recreation.
So different.
Right, and it really highlights how much we as humans shape our
They
surroundings.
do have a big impact.
Yeah, which leads to a crucial question. How do we fit into this whole picture?
The big question.
Right, NV19.pdf explores three main approaches to the human-environment relationship:
Right.
determinism, possibilism, and environmentalism.
Okay, so like different lenses through which we can view our interactions with the environment.
Exactly. Determinism, for instance, suggests that the environment dictates human behavior.
Interesting.
Like imagine a civilization flourishing along a fertile river valley.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
The abundance of water shapes their agricultural practices, settlement patterns,
Right.
even their cultural beliefs.
So nature's calling the shots.
Exactly. But then we have possibilism.
Which gives humans a bit more agency, I'm guessing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It argues that while the environment sets limitations, humans can overcome those constraints
Okay. How so?
through ingenuity and technology.
Okay, I like that.
Think about Dubai,
Okay.
a city thriving in the middle of a harsh desert.
Right.
Through technological advancements, they've created a bustling metropolis.
Wow, so we can work with nature, even push the boundaries a bit.
Exactly. And finally, we have environmentalism.
Okay, what's that all about?
This one emphasizes a more harmonious relationship with nature,
Interesting.
recognizing that we're not just conquerors of our environment, but rather stewards responsible for its well-being.
So like a partnership.
Exactly. And NV19.pdf calls this the ecological approach,
The ecological approach.
which brings us to the big idea, sustainable development.
Ah, yes. Sustainable development. Everyone's talking about it.
Right? It's all about ensuring that our actions today don't compromise the future.
The future generation.
Exactly. And NV19.pdf actually quotes the Brundtland Commission's definition of sustainable development.
Okay, what is it?
meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs.
Wow, that's quite a mouthful, but I think I get it.
It's about finding that balance, right?
Yeah, think about it like this. Imagine you inherit a beautiful garden from your grandparents. You want to enjoy its beauty, but you also want to ensure that your children and grandchildren
Right.
can inherit the same thriving garden.
But we're not just borrowing the planet from our ancestors.
Exactly. We're tending to it for future generations.
That's a great way to put it.
It's about finding that sweet spot, you know?
Yeah.
Enjoying the fruits of the garden while also nurturing its roots for the future.
I like that analogy.
And NV19.pdf highlights how this whole idea of sustainability has evolved over time.
Oh, really? How?
So
Okay.
it used to be just about meeting basic human needs like food, shelter, those sorts of things.
Right, the essentials.
Exactly. But now the focus has shifted to recognizing fundamental rights.
So it's not just about survival anymore.
It's about thriving.
It's about having the right to clean air, clean water, a healthy environment.
all those things we often take for granted.
Exactly, like we're finally realizing that a healthy planet is essential for a healthy society.
It's all connected.
And this shift is reflected in those growing global movements
Yeah.
for environmental justice.
Right? Recognizing environmental rights as fundamental human rights.
It's like we're finally waking up to the fact that we can't just keep taking from the planet without consequences.
We're part of the ecosystem, not separate from it.
And to ensure we don't lose sight of that, NV19.pdf outlines those three crucial pillars of sustainable development.
The three pillars.
Yeah, economic growth, social equity, and environmental preservation.
The trifecta.
Okay, so starting with economic growth,
Yeah.
a lot of people think sustainability means sacrificing economic progress.
Right, like it's one or the other.
But NV19.pdf suggests that's not the case at all.
Not at all.
It's not about halting economic growth. It's about redefining what that growth looks like.
Exactly. Shifting away from those industries that deplete resources and pollute.
So it's about decoupling economic growth from environmental degradation.
Finding a way for both to thrive.
Can you give us an example of what that might look like?
Sure, imagine a company that manufactures smartphones.
Okay.
Instead of designing phones that become obsolete quickly and end up in landfills,
Right, the dreaded e-waste.
they create modular phones that can be easily repaired and upgraded.
So reducing waste and resource consumption.
Exactly. And they also source their materials responsibly, ensuring fair labor practices and minimal environmental impact.
So it's like a win-win-win situation.
A triple bottom line approach.
I like it. Okay, so that's economic growth. What about social equity?
Social equity is all about fairness and justice,
Ensuring that everyone has access to the resources and opportunities they need.
regardless of their background or circumstances.
So things like access to education, healthcare, decent work, and of course a healthy environment.
Right, it's about creating a level playing field.
And here's a crucial point. Environmental problems often disproportionately affect marginalized communities.
Absolutely.
Think about a low-income neighborhood located near a polluting factory.
Right, those residents are more likely to suffer from respiratory problems and other health issues.
So addressing social inequalities is not just a moral imperative.
It's essential for achieving true sustainability.
We can't have a sustainable planet if large portions of the population are being left behind.
We need everyone on board.
Okay, so we've covered economic growth and social equity.
What's next?
The third pillar, environmental preservation.
The heart of the matter.
This one seems pretty straightforward, protecting our forests, our oceans, our wildlife.
It's about recognizing the intrinsic value of nature,
Right, not just for what it provides us.
but for its own sake.
And NV19.pdf reminds us that even subtle changes in the environment can have cascading effects.
The butterfly effect.
Exactly. So environmental preservation is about taking a holistic approach.
Seeing the interconnectedness of it all.
So we bring all three pillars together.
Economic growth, social equity, and environmental preservation.
What does a truly sustainable future look like?
Imagine a world where cities are designed to be green and livable.
Okay.
Abundant parks, clean transportation systems, renewable energy powering homes and businesses.
That's idyllic.
Industries operating in a circular manner, minimizing waste and pollution.
Products designed to be durable, repairable, and recyclable.
Everyone having access to clean water, nutritious food, and affordable healthcare.
And education that empowers people to make informed choices about their lives and the environment.
A world where we respect and value nature.
It's a beautiful vision.
A future worth striving for.
But how do we get there?
NV19.pdf suggests that environmental studies play a crucial role.
So knowledge is power.
It's about understanding the complexities of our environment and the impact of human actions.
Developing effective strategies for conservation and responsible resource management.
We need to be informed to make informed decisions.
But knowledge alone isn't enough, right?
Right, we need action.
We need individuals, communities, and governments working together to make sustainable choices,
A collective effort.
fostering a commitment to sustainability.
Changing our consumption patterns, supporting eco-friendly businesses, advocating for policies that prioritize environmental protection.
It's about recognizing that each of us has a role to play.
Big or small, every action counts.
You know, it's amazing to think we have the power to shape the future, not just for ourselves, but for generations to come.
It's a big responsibility.
It is. And NV19.pdf kind of hints at this, like, we haven't always been the best caretakers of our planet.
Yeah, for a long time there was this idea that the Earth's resources were limitless.
Like, we could just keep taking and taking without any consequences.
Exactly, a bit like an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Right, piling our plates high without thinking about what's left for others.
And as our source material points out, those actions have led to some pretty significant changes in our environment.
We're seeing it all around us, rising temperatures, melting glaciers, those extreme weather events.
We can't ignore it anymore.
No, we can't. And that's where environmental studies comes in.
Right, it's not just about memorizing facts and figures.
It's about understanding the bigger picture,
That delicate balance that sustains life on Earth.
connecting the dots between our actions and their impact on the environment.
Recognizing that even small changes can have ripple effects.
So it's not just about protecting those pristine wilderness areas,
It's about rethinking how we live our lives.
how we design our cities, how we produce and consume goods.
Integrating sustainability into everything we do.
But that can feel overwhelming, right?
I understand that.
Like, where do we even begin?
NV19.pdf reminds us that even small actions can make a difference.
Okay, so what can we do?
Think about your daily choices.
Like what?
If you choose to walk or bike instead of driving,
Okay,
you're reducing your carbon footprint.
makes sense.
If you make an effort to conserve water at home,
Okay.
you're contributing to water security.
And if you support businesses that are eco-friendly,
Exactly, you're sending a message to the market.
it's about being mindful consumers and responsible citizens.
Recognizing that we're all part of this interconnected web of life.
And our actions have consequences.
So let's take a moment to recap what we've learned in this deep dive.
Okay, we started with the concept of environment.
Not just nature, but the intricate interplay of living and non-living components.
We explored different types of environments
From natural to artificial,
and examined how humans interact with our surroundings.
we unpacked sustainable development with its 3 pillars.
Economic growth, social equity, and environmental preservation,
And we discussed the importance of environmental studies,
in guiding us towards a more sustainable path.
ensuring the well-being of both present and future generations.
It's been quite a journey.
It has.
A huge thank you to our amazing listeners for joining us on this deep dive into environment and sustainable development.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights.
Maybe even a few aha moments.
Remember, the quest for sustainability doesn't end here.
It's an ongoing journey, a collective effort.
So go out there, be curious, stay informed, and most importantly, take action.
Choose to live sustainably, choose to make a difference.
And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on future deep dives into fascinating subjects.
Until next time, keep exploring.